Coldplay threw a couple on the Kiss Cam. Turns out they were having an affair? I don't think even Coldplay can fix this.
If you're gonna have an affair, why would you bring her to a concert in public where everybody can see you? What if you even ran into someone you knew? Who cares about the Jumbotron? What if you ran into someone you knew? Huh?
Forget the Epstein files. I want to see the text messages of that astronomer CEO that got caught cheating at the Coldplay concert.
Who blew the whistle? The two executives caught on that now infamous Coldplay Kiss Cam were first identified on a TikTok account of someone who apparently works at the company. Oh my God, that looks like astronomer CEO Andy Byron and astronomer chief people officer Kristen Cabot. That's going to be one awkward board meeting, if not a couple divorces.
Having destroyed their private, or should that be now very public lives, both could be in just as much trouble when they next go to the office to face the music.
So now, the wife found out and dropped her name, her married name, on Facebook. She also left comments open on her Facebook. So look, leave this woman alone unless you're going to send her some love and support, which she very much clearly needs.
What happens when 30 seconds of Kiss Cam footage becomes the most expensive video in corporate history? We're about to dive deep into a scandal so perfectly catastrophic that it reads like a Hollywood script, except this time, the casualties are real, the fallout is permanent, and the innocent fan who filmed it all has become an accidental whistleblower who triggered one of the most spectacular corporate collapses in recent memory. This isn't just about a CEO and an HR executive getting caught in a compromising position at a Coldplay concert. This is about how a single viral moment can unravel careers, destroy families, and expose the fragile nature of corporate power when the cameras are rolling and the internet is watching. From multi-million-dollar resignations to missing wedding rings, from viral fame to family exile, we're about to break down every devastating detail of the 10 days that turned a concert moment into a corporate catastrophe that's still sending shockwaves through the business world. Let's start with the final piece of this corporate puzzle falling into place. On July 24th, exactly 8 days after that fateful Coldplay concert and 5 days after CEO Andy Byron stepped down in disgrace, Kristen Kitt officially submitted her resignation from Astronomer. The company's statement was brutally brief, a single sentence acknowledging her departure with all the warmth of a legal document. No quote from Kitt herself, no detailed explanation, no attempt to spin the narrative or provide context, just a cold corporate acknowledgement that the other half of the Kiss Cam scandal was officially out of a job. The timing tells the whole story. She held on longer than Byron, perhaps hoping the storm would pass, but ultimately faced the same inevitable conclusion that her career at Astronomer was over the moment that camera captured their intimate moment. But let's rewind and walk through this disaster step by step, because the timeline of this corporate collapse is a masterclass in how quickly everything can fall apart when you're living a double life in the age of viral media. July 16th was supposed to be just another night. Andy Byron and Kristen Kitt enjoying premium seats at Coldplay, probably thinking they were safe in the anonymity of a crowded stadium. 2 days later, on July 18th, both were placed on administrative leave as the company scrambled to conduct an internal investigation into what the entire internet had already confirmed. By July 19th, Byron had resigned, leaving Kitt to face the mounting pressure alone while insiders predicted her inevitable exit. The writing was on the wall, but she managed to hold out for 5 more days before reality forced her hand. The personal toll on Kitt became devastatingly clear when photographers captured her outside her New Hampshire home, and the details are absolutely heartbreaking. There she was, watering plants in pink athleisure wear, trying to maintain some semblance of normal life, but the most telling detail wasn't what she was doing. It was what she wasn't wearing. No wedding ring. The absence of that simple piece of jewelry spoke volumes about the deeper personal consequences of 30 seconds of viral footage. While the world was focused on corporate fallout and professional resignations, Kitt was dealing with the collapse of her marriage, the destruction of her personal relationships, and the reality that her private choices had become public entertainment. The brief official statement about her resignation contrasted sharply with these revealing personal details, highlighting the difference between corporate damage control and human devastation. While Astronomer was trying to move past the scandal with minimal commentary, Kitt was living the real-world consequences of decisions that had spiraled far beyond anything she could have imagined when she accepted those concert tickets. Meanwhile, the company was desperately trying to stabilize after losing both its CEO and HR director in the span of a week. Pete DeJoy, the co-founder who found himself reluctantly thrust into the interim CEO role, described the media coverage as unusual and surreal, which might be the understatement of the decade. The irony wasn't lost on anyone that the scandal had indeed made Astronomer a household name, just not in the way any company would want. This was a business that had raised nearly $100 million just 2 months before the concert, and now its future financial stability was completely uncertain thanks to 30 seconds of kiss cam footage. DJ's message to employees was all about moving forward without drama or distractions. But when your former CEO and HR director are trending on every social media platform for having an affair that was broadcast to millions of people, moving forward becomes a lot more complicated than a motivational email could fix. Now let's talk about the unlikely hero of this entire saga, Grace Spinger, the regular Coldplay fan whose decision to film the kiss cam moment accidentally made her one of the most influential whistleblowers in recent corporate history. Grace had no connection to Astronomer, no agenda against Andy Byron or Kristen Kitt, and no idea that her video would destroy careers and relationships. She was just a music fan with good seats at Gillette Stadium, hoping to maybe catch herself on the big screen during the show. Instead, she captured something much more valuable, the exact moment when two powerful people lost control of their carefully constructed narrative. Grace noticed their awkward reaction immediately, the way they froze when they realized they were on camera, the guilty body language, the obvious panic. It was all there in crystal clear detail, and Grace's quick thinking to start recording created a permanent record that no amount of corporate spin could explain away. What makes her story even more compelling is that she made absolutely no money from the video that racked up over 122 million views within days. She didn't monetize the content, didn't try to capitalize on her accidental fame, and actually felt bad for the families affected by the scandal her video exposed. But Grace also understood something that the executives apparently did. The moment wasn't private. It was on stadium screens in front of 50,000 people. She was simply the first person to upload what thousands of others had witnessed in real time. The viral nature of the video wasn't about invasion of privacy. It was about documenting a public moment that revealed private truths. The reason this particular video exploded across every social media platform isn't just about the scandal itself. It's about what it represented to millions of viewers who are tired of watching executives get away with everything. This wasn't a carefully managed PR crisis or a polished corporate response to controversy. This was raw, unfiltered, messy reality. Powerful people losing control of their image in real time with no ability to spin, delete, or legally challenge what everyone could see with their own eyes. Media experts called it a viral antidote to corporate cringe, and the psychological component was undeniable. There's a term for the pleasure people feel when watching others' misfortune, shockwaves, and this video delivered it in spades. But it went deeper than simple enjoyment of someone else's pain. For many viewers, this felt like karma in action, like the universe finally holding powerful people accountable for behavior that would get regular employees fired immediately. The personal fallout to the families involved has been devastating and ongoing. Andy Byron's wife, Megan Carrion Byron, didn't just remove her husband's last name from social media. She physically removed herself from their shared life, leaving their multi-million-dollar Massachusetts home for a $2.4 million mansion in Kennebunk, Maine. Reports indicate that family members and friends have been visiting regularly, suggesting a support system rallying around a woman whose private pain became public entertainment overnight. Kristen Kitt's situation appears equally complicated. Her husband, Andrew Kitt of Privateer Rum, was conveniently in Japan when the video went viral, which raises questions about the timing and whether there were already cracks in their marriage before the concert incident. Unconfirmed reports suggest the couple had discussed separation prior to the Coldplay show, which would add another layer of complexity to an already messy situation. Despite the speculation, there are no public divorce filings yet, no statements from either spouse, but sometimes body language and silence speak louder than any official announcement. The transformation from kiss cam moment to complete corporate shakeup took exactly 10 days. In that brief span, both executives resigned, an accidental whistleblower emerged who changed the trajectory of multiple lives, a new interim CEO was appointed to clean up the mess, and two families were left dealing with personal aftermath that will likely last far longer than the media attention cycle. What makes this story so significant isn't just the dramatic fall from grace or the viral nature of the evidence, it's the context, who these people were, what they represented, and exactly how much they had to lose when their carefully constructed professional images collided with their personal choices. Andy Byron wasn't just any CEO. He was the leader of a company that had just raised massive funding and was positioned for significant growth. Kristen Kitt wasn't just any employee. She was the head of human resources, whose job literally involved preventing exactly this kind of workplace situation. The ripple effects continue to spread through both their personal and professional lives. There's been no clear ending, no apology tour, no PR redemption arc attempting to rehabilitate their images. Just silence, resignation letters, and the ongoing reality that trust, once broken, is extraordinarily difficult to rebuild. Corporate boards, investors, employees, spouses, children, everyone connected to these two individuals has been forced to reckon with the consequences of 30 seconds of footage that revealed character in ways that years of professional presentations never could. Grace Springer's accidental documentation created a permanent record that will follow both executives for the rest of their careers. Future employers, business partners, and anyone who searches their names will immediately find the kiss cam moment that defined their public legacy. In an age where digital footprints are permanent and viral content never truly disappears, this video represents the ultimate accountability, evidence that can't be spun, deleted, or legally challenged. The broader implications extend far beyond two ruined careers. affairs and broken marriages. This scandal has become a case study in how quickly corporate power can crumble when personal choices become public knowledge, how social media can amplify individual moments into industry-wide conversations, and how the expectation of privacy has fundamentally changed in our interconnected world. 10 days from concert to complete collapse. That's how long it took for a Kiss Cam moment to destroy careers, end marriages, trigger corporate restructuring, and create a viral sensation that continues to generate conversation months later. Andy Byron and Kristen Kitt learned the hardest way possible that in our digital age, every moment is potentially public. Every choice can become viral content, and 30 seconds of poor judgment can undo decades of carefully built success. The Kiss Cam didn't create their affair. It simply exposed it to the world in a way that made denial impossible and consequences inevitable.